Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about DLC weapons when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, Call of Duty has done DLC weapons in the past, and my god, this has me the most concerned on how it's done. Call of Duty games like Modern Warfare have kind of done it in a not so bad way. There's a way to unlock them and a free way, and also challenges to complete to actually unlock some of these weapons. So Modern Warfare is really not that bad of a system. However, when it comes to other Call of Duty games out there, when supply drops were the king of everything, when it comes to first-person shooters, my god, I think that is probably the worst system we've ever had when it comes to unlocking DLC weapons. And Treyarch, being the developers of Black Ops 4, which in my opinion has one of the most atrocious ways of unlocking DLC weapons, has me a little concerned on how they're going to be doing it with Black Ops Cold War. So I want to talk about today, I want to talk about how we might be able to unlock them, what will be the system implemented, and what just has me concerns on what's going to be screwing up meta or gameplay, and just kind of the haves and haves not when it comes to DLC weapons that have done in the past that makes me concerned for the future. So first off, let me just kind of talk about my personal opinion when it comes to DLC weapons. I personally think DLC weapons should be just freely given out. They should just be added to the create a class. You immediately have them unlockable for the players to be able to use. I personally feel like that is the basic, most balanced way possible of making it equal on the battlefield, on the gameplay, where everybody has the ability to use this weapon. In previous Call of Duty games, that wasn't the case, similar to what's been happening in Black Ops 4, World War II, and such, where supply drops were the king. It was everything. You had to get a supply drop. You had to buy supply drops. You had to play hours and hours to unlock supply drops, and sometimes those supply drops really don't have goddamn anything when it comes to the new DLC weapons. I mean, the funny thing is about the entire ordeal that happened in Black Ops 4 when it comes to DLC weapons is not only the randomness of being able to unlock a DLC weapon, but how much more powerful they were compared to the guns that were already released in the game. It's crazy to know that when you play Black Ops 4, there are DLC guns that were added later on to that game that are more powerful than the guns that are already in the game that was with the game when the game released. To me, I see that as a big handicap when it comes to players that, like myself, either don't have the money or don't have the time to grind out for those DLC weapons. That is why I see them as a free. They should be a free thing given out to all players, no matter what rank you are, where you're at, where you're standing at, where your pocketbook is at. They should be freely given to you to make it completely equal to all players when they're playing the game. Now, I will say this. Modern Warfare did it in a very nice way, or at least an easier way compared to what Black Ops 4 has done. Now, I do understand that Black Ops 4 has changed with their packs or whatever. You unlock these certain packs or whatever, and you need like 50 packs in order to get like a weapons bribe and whatnot. I still see that as outrageous and atrocious when it comes to unlocking DLC weapons. But when it comes to Modern Warfare would decided to actually put them in the Battle Pass. And I know Black Ops 4 did the exact same thing. However, when that Battle Pass was over, they were done. They were put in supply drops, and you couldn't unlock them through gameplay or through challenges. You just had to be lucky with a supply drop. When Modern Warfare did it, not only did it put it at level 15 and level 30 or 31 when it comes to the new DLC weapons, but there were also ways to unlock them through challenges. Say I didn't finish Season 2 or Season 3 of Modern Warfare. However, if I did not finish those seasons, I can still unlock those weapons that were added in those seasons in challenges. It was a really great way to kind of equal things out to where people maybe didn't have the time, maybe didn't have the money to go through the Battle Pass. They could actually use these challenges as a way to actually unlock some of these weapons, and it made it feel a little bit more balanced. However, when it comes to Modern Warfare, there are challenges that I feel like are really outrageous and ridiculous when it comes to trying to unlock some of these challenges. Like, I believe it's the MK16, or maybe it's like the 249 LMG in real life. But for that one, you have to get 3 kills next to enemies that are next to smoke, 15 games. To me, I don't plan on unlocking that. I do not plan on playing this game that much to where I have to throw smoke constantly to make sure it gets next to people to be able to actually get counted to unlock them. Those types of challenges I find are just ridiculous and just not necessary to unlock some of these weapons. However, there are ones like LMG Melees. Get LMG Melees 7 times, in 7 consecutive games or 7 games, and you unlock the Finn FMG or LMG, and that was a very easy challenge to me. Personally, I thought that was a very nice way to do it. It felt balanced. It felt like it wasn't that much of a ridiculous challenge to do to unlock that Finn LMG. I mean, still to this day, I don't have the 249 LMG unlocked just because the challenge is just so ridiculous. And it's just, to me, as somebody that plays this very casually and doesn't want to bust my butt every single time to unlock something, to me, I just found it very aggravating that it's locked behind something that is going to be taking quite a long time to unlock. Again, I'm somebody that would love to see I would love to see DLC given freely out to players, or the DLC weapons freely out, just because that makes it equal in playing this game. When you actually have it to where challenges are just outrageous, and you have these things, blocked behind supply crates, it doesn't make the experience feel fair or feel like you can accomplish anything because you're being hindered by game mechanics that are keeping you away. Now, I know Call of Duty games in the past have done it to where it's just they're paid DLC. Like, you can pay to actually unlock this weapon. And I know I think it was like maybe Ghost had something like that. And I don't like that either because, again, it's the haves and have-nots. And I understand that's pretty much the way that Call of Duty is nowadays. You either have money to buy stuff or you don't have money and you don't have, the most flashiest cosmetic and stuff like that. I get it, it's a business, I understand that. However, you can definitely tell when the haves and have-nots are in this game because you can tell. Weapons, camos, and stuff like that, you can definitely tell in this game. That's why, when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I'm a little concerned on how they're going to do it. Now, I know Treyarch did Black Ops 4, and the DLC, the weapons that they dealt with that is through not only the Battle Pass, but later on in supply crates. I know they're going away from supply crates. It still just makes me concerned. It really does. Modern Warfare, I feel like, did it in the most equal way that it possibly could. Understanding their business, understanding they're wanting to make money. I get that. It's just, man, oh man. To me, it's just, when you're wanting to have an equal playing field, you're wanting to be, having equal, fair fights in this game, and there's things that are hindering you from having those fair fights, makes me just not really enjoy the game very much anymore. I mean, hell, to this day, because I don't have certain weapons unlocked in Black Ops 4, I really don't. I mean, I love the time to kill, I love the different objectives, I love control, I love domination. Black Ops 4 has a lot of great things going for it. However, the way that it does with DLC weapons and the way that you unlock them, it's just something that I don't really care for and I do not like. Still to this day, not having, I would say, a majority of the DLC weapons that they released in that game is still just kind of, it's just ridiculous. The game's been out for close to over 2 years now, and still not all the DLC weapons are available to all players. That just, no, they're locked behind supply crates, and oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. So, to me, to this day, it's still kind of crappy to play Black Ops 4 because the gameplay is not equal. The meta is still different. I mean, it's still, I remember to the day where they still had to change some of the weapons in the DLC weapons that they released because some of them were just obnoxiously more powerful than the guns that are already in the game. And still to this day, there's still guns in Black Ops 4 that are still more powerful than guns that were released with the original game. So, to me, it does make me concerned. I really hope that Black Ops Cold War does not go down that route. I mean, hell, even, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered had DLC weapons, and I really don't get it. Look, I understand adding DLC weapons adds a little bit more life to the game. It's just like loading, or, releasing a map, you're releasing a gun to add a little bit more life, a little bit more things for players to unlock, attachments, camos, I totally get that. However, when they're not properly balanced, and there's not an easy way for all players to achieve unlocking them, that's where I have the biggest concern, and that's where I don't find the game being much fair to all players just because it depends on how much you play the game, and it depends on how thick your pocketbook is to actually unlock these DLC weapons. So hopefully, when it comes to Black Ops 4, we will not see that, and then hopefully we'll go the route of Modern Warfare, which I imagine it will. I imagine the DLC weapons will go the exact same route that Modern Warfare did with the Battle Pass and being able to complete challenges. However, there is that little concern, that is a little back of my mind concern on how they plan on doing DLC weapons. And I just don't want it messed up. I don't want the meta and everything messed up in the game to where it's just kind of a broken mess. And then later on down the line, they finish on fixing everything that they added in. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about DLC weapons? What do you think the way they should be unlocked? Let me know in the comments below. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of the day, guys. See you all next time.